It's Jilliana Ranicar-Breese, and I'm back.
Yes, we're back.
With the flamboyant Sascha Cooper.
Hello again.
And we're going to talk about Egyptian dancing, which
Yeah.
she specialises in. But
Yeah.
I have what she thinks is an interesting question. Sascha, when you are dancing, any kind of dance, and when you're actually performing,
Yeah.
where are you in your head? What are
Okay.
you thinking of?
So,
Experiencing?
it's like I've got two different heads going on. It's the best way to put it. So, when you're in the rehearsal room, you obviously are concentrating a lot on your lines, your technique, and your rhythms. When you get on stage, it's a weird sensation because it's like everything goes blank. You're listening to the music. It's like you experience a takeover. It's you experience something that takes over, that lifts the spirit, that lifts everything else. And it doesn't matter what style it is.
Spirit?
Yeah, exactly. I know exactly where you were going with that one. Blithe spirit, exactly. Exactly. But it's like that whole sensation where you just lose sense of where you are. All you're feeling is the music. All you're feeling is the energy from the audience.
Do you feel you're somebody else?
Yes, entirely.
And who are you?
So rather than Sascha, the person who's in the rehearsal room choreographing or being choreographed, whichever the scenario is, you get out there and you become Sascha, the performer, the dancer, and you become, especially if you're doing something along the lines of burlesque or belly dance or flamenco or Bollywood, which I now specialise in. And,
Yes,
Charleston.
fusion. You said fusion.
I do, yes.
And in fact, you've given me your latest name.
Yes.
Which is?
Sassylicious for the burlesque.
Yes.
But when I'm doing my other
Fantastic
styles...
name.
Thank you. But when I'm doing my other styles of dance, then it's just Sascha.
Sascha. No, without the Cooper.
Without the Cooper, yeah. Cooper I use more for the makeup, the psychic work,
Teaching.
and the acting and the teaching, so yes.
Right. Are you the only Sascha?
There are several Sashas, but I believe...
doing what you're doing, I mean.
There are some Sashas that are performing, but not Sascha Coopers, per se.
No.
I mean, there is...
But if you're only known as Sascha, and you've got a C in your name as well.
S-A-S-C-H-A, yes.
Which is unusual.
It is. I mean, you do see a lot of Sashas come in who are S-A-S-H-A.
Yes.
Which is the traditional Russian name.
Yes. And where did you get your name from? You've got an extra C. How did you get that?
God, right, okay. Blame my mother for this one.
I blame your mother for everything.
Blame my mother for this one. The reason why Sascha came about, do you remember the Sascha dolls that used to be on the go years and years ago? Okay, all right. She's shaking her head for those who don't know. The Sascha dolls are now very collectible dolls who basically used to move and everything else. We're talking about between 60s to 80s. Those are the key eras that they were orientated from.
Did they have a C in them?
They didn't. No, they were spelled S-A-S-H-A, if I remember correctly. But they were the first proper dolls that used to move. They had the joints. All that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And when Mother named me, she named me after the Sascha dolls. But what she did was she combined S-A-S-H-A with S-A-C-H-A, which is a boy's spelling in Russian. So my name is now...
the Russian name for a man is with a C?
With a C, yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Gosh, this is educational.
Yeah, and the female is the S-H-A version.
I didn't know that.
But when you combine it together, you've got something rather unique. But what Mother didn't realise when she named me was that she was naming me after herself. Because it's Russian for Alexander or Alexandra, which is her actual full-length name.
Because your mother's name is Zandra with an X.
She shortened Alexandra to Zandra because she hated Alexandra.
And what's that got to do with Sascha?
Because I just said Sascha is the Russian name
Yes.
for Alexandra.
Oh, I see.
So, like I said, she didn't know that she
Okay.
was actually naming me after herself.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah? And in Russian, it actually means protector of men. Goodness knows why.
Protector of what?
Protector of men. God knows
Who
why.
needs to protect men? They should be protecting women.
Yeah, no offence to any men watching, but,
God.
you know, 9 times out of 10 you can look after
A
yourselves.
sexist name. God almighty.
Oh, absolutely.
I find names quite fascinating.
I do too. It's quite fascinating. But, you know, I guess though the power of the name though does carry further on into the career per se. You know, getting back to your original question, know, what happens when you take over?
Yes.
So when Sascha, the dancer, the actress, the performer kicks in, she's this goddess. She's this person who can achieve absolutely anything. And that's simply because she feeds off the energy from the audience. And when you're dancing something, you know, these beautiful world dances, you know, whether it's separately or in a fusion, it's just overwhelming because you're appreciated for you. You're not just appreciated for the dance. I mean, one thing
Right, now show us. No, put it in front of.
In front, okay.
Of your ample bosom.
Of the ample bosom. Yeah, what terrible this.
That's it.
So this, what I'm about to show you is actually one of my first promos that I did about 6 years ago.
Put it on so we can see you. There we are.
So this is more traditional fusion belly dance with Egyptian and Turkish influences here. I'm going to shut up now whilst you enjoy.
Okay. And you're wearing red and black.
That's right.
Today you're wearing red and black.
Absolutely. It's kind of the continuing theme with me a lot of the time in some of my work. So what you're seeing here is more sort of traditional veil work and all that kind of thing.
And we call it rakshaki, don't we?
The Egyptian version is rakshaki, which is more the kind of local sort of dance that you'd get as part of the country, the land. What you're seeing here is partially some of those movements which are very much flat-footed, but because we're dancing to Turkish music, there are times when I'll go onto my toes, and that's really the major difference, because as you can hear, the music is very light in Turkey. It's like as you can hear. But somebody like Hussam Ramsey, whom I've been trained with, they'll focus more on the dum da da dum da da dum da da dum. So very grounded, very funky, grounded movements. I mean, even here, what you're experiencing right there, the shimmies, that's more kind of Egyptian rakshaki, right there.
Now, when I look at Turkish costume or Egyptian, they've normally got coins and, you know, the belts. You haven't got any of that.
I do. What you can't see in this video is the coins that were sewed intricately into that scarf, and also the coins I'm wearing around my neck in a necklace.